my name is Joe McCarthy. Welcome to the Vic Firth Lesson Series. Today's lesson is centered around stylistic coordination, based around Afro Cuban grooves, both duple and triple based. Through a series of ostinatos, both in the hands and feet, and a series of permutations, we will challenge our minds and bodies to develop endless possibilities for grooves and solos as opposed to just learning patterns. By going through this process of using permutations and trying to learn all the different rhythmic possibilities, we can come up with our own grooves and not feel sort of strapped in terms of, having to play one certain thing and not getting into a situation where maybe someone or the actual musical situation calls for something different and we're not able to do that. Patience is probably one of the most important things that we deal with when we're really trying to develop a great sounding and great feeling groove. We need to be very patient, and we need to realize that all of this takes time. And so through the use of a metronome at a very slow tempo, we need to make sure that we can go through the process where we're going to, let's say we'll take just the very first permutation, which might be the note that's on the beat, and we're going to continue to play this groove until the groove really feels good. It's totally in the pocket, we're totally relaxed, we're getting a great sound on the instrument, and not until that has been achieved would we move on to the next permutation. This is not a race, we're not trying to get this done really fast. But the most important thing that drummers need to be able to do is to play a great sounding and consistent groove that feels really good. When we talk about practicing does not always have to occur at the drum set. A big part of developing independence, or as some people refer to it as interdependence, is very, in my opinion, is really more up here than it is here. So a lot of this preparation that we need for when we get to the drum set is mental preparation. So let's say we're sitting on the bus, or let's say we're sitting on the couch watching TV, or doing something other than physically sitting at the drum set. We can work out a lot of these sort of grid type issues just by going through some of this process in our head. And I believe that once we can really make this this whole issue of coordination much more of a mental and more of a concentration type issue, as opposed to I can't play this against that, as opposed to I can't play this with this. So really, let's try and spend as much time as we can when we're away from the drums to make sure that all of this information that we're trying to process makes sense upstairs before we try and put it into our hands. When you're listening to the recorded examples, I want you to spend some time listening to the actual phrasing of each of the permutations. I think you'll notice with a few of the rhythms, I may not play them straight up and down. They may have a little bit of a little ebb and flow to them. And I believe that this has happened over time, listening to certain rhythms and how they interact with the other parts of the pattern that I'm playing. But the thing that we need to really remember is that no two drummers play all of the rhythms exactly the same. And that's why when we listen to all the great drummers and all the great percussionists, everyone has their own identity. Now, obviously, we still have to play in time. We still have to play with a great sound. We have to do our homework, and we have to know what it's like. But the way that I play these exercises will be completely different than the way you play them. But by listening to the examples, you can hear my interpretation of how I hear these rhythms, and then it would be your job to take them to the next level so you can interpret them the way you hear them.